Hi friends, happy to welcome you all yet another one more wonderful pandemic heroes. Last time we seen several heroes like Laila, Rima, and Shipalika, and Angeri from Erika. So same way, I found one more hero in my own country from India. She been doing it MDRT, COT, TOT for several years, and she was qualified for TOT 3 times, COT for 10 times, and been MDRT for more than 15 years. And she also a life member of MDRT, and she won a lot of awards in their own insurance company, and we will discuss about that. And she also very much expert about covering more than 15,000 families in last 10 years. That was really admirable, her prospecting techniques and the way she used the digital marketing and her capability of career. And she also certified from CFP, LIMRA, and in underwriting LUTCF also. So she's going to talk about that also. So I'm happy to welcome Pallavi from India.
Thank you, Shakti. Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. I'm good, Shakti. Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction.
So, how's your day? How's things are going? Could able to meet your clients again, and how Josh you are? So you just now would have completed your MDRT, say you would have completed. I'm just talking about lesser than you would have completed your COT or TOT. Now moving to a new financial year, another thing. How your feelings? What was your feelings was?
Oh, I'm really excited about this new year because I've taken up a challenge and I want to outperform my past performances and I want to outperform myself in 22 in all my earlier performances is what I have taken up as a challenge this year. I want to double my numbers. So I'm really, really excited and I'm really geared up to doing that.
Perfect. So I just normally put the same question to everybody, and I seen your profile and I seen your dedication to your clients, and there are a lot of questions coming into my mind, but I'm just selected some few questions. But what motivated you to come to this professional? What kind of support you get it when you join a professional? Did you take it so serious in your profession?
So I was actually preparing for civil services examination in India. It's UPSC exams, and I was preparing for them. And my guide was very confident that I will make it that year. And that was only my second attempt. So I still had attempts left as well. My age was on my side. But then, we lost someone in the family. And I saw what insurance did for that family. And I got so moved by the whole incident and the whole event that I decided to become a life insurance agent. And sure enough, when there's a lot of taboo against life insurance agents, unfortunately. And when I joined, my family, everybody was against it. And then the first thing I was told was that, you are not going to prospect friends and family. So you cannot talk about insurance to any of your friends or our friends or family members. If you still want to do insurance advisory, then you can go ahead and do it. But my husband was against it. My father was against it. My brother was against it. Everybody in my family was against it. All my friends were against it. And I still decided to go ahead because that incident had really moved me. And I felt that, I will be able to contribute more to the society like this. And that is what really got me to this profession. And I already told you the kind of support I got. I was told you cannot meet anybody. But, what really came to my rescue was that I had read about work sites. And fortunately, my company had just started a channel that supported work sites. And also simultaneously, I read about an MDRT member who did TOT through work sites, not an Indian, was US based advisor who had done TOT through insurance, through worksite marketing and insurance advisory. And that is really what came to my rescue.
Wow, great. And you've been an icon for that. The two things that people don't accept it when you when you say love and when you say insurance, whether you have to lose the member from that. So I think some of you are convinced and you are come after that. So thanks so much, and I believe that you teach more member like you to give brave to their families, say that this is what I wanted, right? So you're taking the right decision on that. So I'm just starting the questions, Pallavi, that what qualities do you have to make a great insurance agent? In your career, you would have seen, right? So you can able to tell him what quality needed.
The first thing is that you need to be able to think, putting yourself in the other person's shoes. The very reason I was sitting against my entire family and fighting for my career as an insurance agent was because I felt myself in those shoes, and I realized, I saw what insurance had done for that family, right? And I could feel that what if this was to come on to my family, or what if this family was not insured, the kind of hell that would break loose, because the only breadwinner had died, leaving behind two children, leaving behind, dependent parents. So, and a wife who had voluntarily stopped working. So I always wanted to work. I was clear that I always wanted to work, but insurance advisory, that just kind of happened to me. I think insurance chose me and I didn't choose insurance. And then I obviously chose insurance because, it was just on my mind so much. So I feel the first quality that you must have is the empathy and the love for the human race is what is really required, because that's the only time that then you're able to think like the customer. So when I'm sitting and when I'm talking to people, when I'm talking to a family, and then you have to love to meet people. So I love meeting people. I love knowing about their stories. Every person is like every family I meet, it's like a new movie I'm watching. Okay, I'm getting to know a entirely new family, and I love it. I love to know about them. I love to know about their friends, about their family, how they think, what they are, and I want to know everything. Who likes what are their tastes, even the food they like. Is just how I am. I like meeting people. So I think one, you need to be able to think, from the heart. Two, you need to love to meet people, because this is all about meeting people, understanding them. You should be able, willing to listen, and actually feel it. So when you're meeting the prospect's family, it's not like a prospect for me. I'm meeting a friend. And then I'm seeing if I can help or not. And trying to help in whatever way I can. It doesn't always have to be a financial product. If a friend's a child needs help with painting, I'll be happy to sit and do a painting session with the child, and I'll be happy to do that also. It gives me pleasure. So it's just about connecting well with people.
Perfect. Can you share about your family? How you balance your family life and to the client basis? Do you have any perfect systems kind of things, or your habits you use it?
So in the beginning, it was all haphazard. In the beginning, so there have been, I was actually carrying my baby, and I was at one of the work sites at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I was full term pregnant. Actually, I was post term. So my daughter was due to be born on the 24th of July, and it was the 25th of July, and at 5 a.m. in the morning, I was at a work site delivering a lecture, and right from there I went to the hospital and delivered my child the next day. So in the beginning there was zero balance, but over the span of time I realized that I cannot do everything. And so I started delegating. So I started hiring a team. So, today I have a fairly good team, and I have about 5 or 6 people that take care of my business for me. Like I said, I have a call center that takes care of my customers. I have a person who takes care of my entire social media. I don't do it. I just outsource whatever I could. If I could pay someone to do it for me, I chose to pay the person to do it and not do it myself. So if I can pay someone to eat for me, I will do that also. So like exercising is not my job. Exercising is my trainer's job. He has to make sure that he shows up in the morning, pulls me out of the bed and makes me work out for that 1 hour. Because left to me, I will not do it. So I just delegated everything. So now I find the time with my daughter. I find the time for family, and I love spending time with family. I have always this I had always kept in mind that while I'm trying to help other people's families, my family shouldn't get left out. And you know what, Shakti, I have to tell you this. This is the only profession that will actually allow you to do something like this. My father, he had to get admitted for a kidney transplant. And the hospital we chose, they didn't have a lot of help. He was getting a cadaver transplant, and this was going to be in a outstation location. So I actually got admitted with my father. I mean, in the real sense, my father got admitted. I went with him as an attendant, and for 3 months, I was there with him. I did not. So I either would come back and spend some time with my daughter because my daughter was still young. So I would come back, take care of her. My husband was really, really nice. And, he really helped me take care of my daughter. And otherwise I would come spend some time with her and go back. And imagine, my business numbers did not fall. I continued to qualify for everything. My client supported me. My team supported me. And I don't know of any, not even one profession, one job, I don't know. 3 months you don't show up to office and you're not fired. Or that you continue to draw the same salary. That doesn't happen anywhere. But it happened for me. Yes, then so I knew that I will pay the price next year. So next year I was prepared that, okay, this fall is going to come. So I need to kind of, strategize and approach it. But I think I was really blessed that I was in this profession, because of which I was present for my family. My father died in my arms. My mother died in my arms. I was right there with them all the time. So my daughter needs me. I'm always there for her. So I think my father-in-law, he was sick. I resigned from everything. I was just present in the hospital. I've been able to serve my family like this only because I am in a profession like this. Shakti, you're on mute.
Sorry, more impressive. There is no word to be a mother as take care of the clients that are amazing with that. My next questions will be same thing on this topic. You've been covered more than 15,000 families, right? In last 10 years. What was your experience, and could you able to share it? How difficult it was, and how you look into this?
So, now it's a big number. When I started, it's each drop makes an ocean, right? So I just decided that we had to be, so I had a team that I was working with, and we used to travel to, so I feel very blessed that I have traveled to almost every godforsaken corner of our country. I have seen India like no one else has. And I feel really blessed. I have been able to interact with so many people, and so it was just step at a time. And strategically, if you look at it, my choice was that I could do HNI clients and get like 1 crore premium in one policy, or do 1 lakh rupee policies. Now, if you look at it, the chance that one customer gets upset or takes away, or I face a claim in one policy is very high. But the chance that I will face a claim in all 100 policies is very low. Or all 100 customers are going to be upset with me is very low. Okay, I have to do something really bad. That's not going to happen. So therefore, I thought that the persistency was better in smaller ticket size. I felt that it made more business sense for me to go with smaller ticket size. So I analyzed. So I shot my bullet and then I analyzed. I decided I wanted to go. I didn't have any other way, right? And then I found the reasons why I should continue to do this. And I found enough reasons for me to continue to practice worksite and not get into HNI clientele. Although I do have HNI customers, I do have a wealth management practice where I work with HNIs, but there are very few and I don't take on too many portfolios. That actually allows me to be very choosy when it comes to HNI customers. So how I've been able to do is consistently, doing certain number of policies every month, every year. So my aim used to be 50, 100 policies every month. And for that, then I would reverse calculate, okay, if I want to do 200 policies this month, then how many do I need to do? And how will I plan my presentations and how I'm going to plan my one-to-ones and make sure that this happens. So,
Perfect. So we have interacted before, right? So you've been using the email marketing and social media to promoting your business. You're so successful into that, creating a lot of prospecting with that emailing and social media marketing, right? So can you able to share some ideas we can also follow, right? So,
sure. So what happened was the kind of market, since I was doing work sites, cross-selling became difficult for me because these were small ticket sizes. Cross-selling had become very difficult for me. And I read about the power of cross-selling, and my company, MDRT, everybody spoke about cross-selling. And I used to feel I'm missing out on that. And therefore, then, I kind of learned about how I could network with these people. And I came to realize that probably if I cannot be physically present in their lives, but I can be digitally present in their lives. And that's where, I first understood how a network works. And what I got to know was that typically, for a network to want to refer you, for anybody to want to refer you, they have to know you, then they have to like you, and then they trust you, right? So trust is very vital for buying from you. If they are my customer, chances are they already trust me and they already like me. All I have to do is to make sure that they continue to like me and make sure or guide, how they think about me and what they must like me for. If you look at Amitabh Bachchan or any of those mainstream heroes, they continue to work towards a brand that you like them as a hero. And the villains will continue to work towards a brand that you like Shakti Kapoor as a hero, as a villain, right? So my job was to make sure and understand help my customers or help my network understand what they must like me for. And I wanted them to like me for my financial planning skills, for personal finance. So I started doing videos, short videos, 1 or 2 minute videos, so that it's not very boring, just 1 minute video where I will deliver some sort of value. Yeah. So say if a claim is getting declined, what could be the possible reason that your claim could get declined? So make sure that you're not making this mistake when you're buying insurance. Yeah. or what should you do now? Market is falling right now. What is it that you should be doing? Stuff like that. And also I started doing emails. Yeah, I started doing emails 2 times a week. And the only thing I did was that I tried to keep it functional. I said that, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I have to make it easy for the customer to read. And then I started sending these emails to people. So all the way from 2016 to 2017 or 2018, I have been sending out these emails. They go out to everybody in my network. So if I meet somebody for the first time, I will take down their email address and immediately add them to the list. They will get one email from me saying that, look, I liked meeting you, and it becomes difficult staying in touch with everybody. So here is my way of trying to stay in touch with you and create value for you. Now, 2 times a week, my name is popping up in their inbox. 2 times a week, they're getting my phone number, and they are getting reminded that there is a Pallavi Chaturvedi who is a personal financial planner, who does insurance and who knows a lot because she creates so much content on insurance. And they have my phone number very readily available over there. And now I have even started using this app, or this tool called Calendly. It allows you to book your appointment. It allows my customers to book an appointment with me online. My calendar is open and available over there. So, and there are slots. So they can actually go there and book an appointment with me. I will get a buzz. I can accept or decline the appointment. Or at least I can have someone from my team call them and make sure that an appointment, a Zoom meeting is fixed and I meet them.
Perfect. So do you use any kind of softwares for these and wordings or what was your learning in that?
Yeah, sure. So for my emails, I use MailChimp. It is easy and it kind of allows you to create a lot of so also so what I've done is I've created, so MailChimp can become expensive beyond certain number of contacts. So what I did was I created multiple accounts of MailChimp because that's free, right? So I created multiple accounts of MailChimp and the same email goes out from all of those. So and to different contacts. Yeah. And then I use certain softwares to actually draft these emails. Like one thing is very important is the subject line that you are choosing, right? What should the subject line say, how it should be structured. So first of all, to be able to choose a subject line, there is this site called HubSpot. You go there, you give a noun, and it will give you some suggestions of this is what you can name your, this is what you can name your email or your article. Next, I will take this, I will copy this and go and paste it on AM Institute. Now, AM Institute is a headline analyzer. It will give me an emotional marketing score of whatever I have written over there. So what is an emotional marketing score? It is, what is the chance that the customer is going to click on this? Yeah, so anything upward of 40% is a good score. Please just go ahead with it. Yeah. Now that is done. So now then there are some rules about, people use 3 dots. When you use 3 dots, somehow instead of 3, you should use 2 dots. Now why? So the brain, when you see 2 dots over there, the brain gets a signal that this is a human error, right? And because the brain gets that signal that this is a human error, it should have been 3 dots, but it's 2. So this is a human error. So unknowingly, the message that my brain is receiving that this is a human being who has sent me this email. This is not a, this is not a digitally created or electronically created email, not electronically, computerized email. This is not a computerized email. This is an email that or software generated email. This is an email that someone has written for me because I see a human error there. Yeah. Try and keep the headline not more than 40 words, 40 characters, because it's easy to read them. Yeah. So once you have done this, then the next thing is content. Yeah. Now I saw I was wasting time at two places. So in school, I was taught that spoken English is different from written English, right? Now, to be able to draft an email in written English, it used to take a lot of time. So there is this thing called Quillbot. Yeah, it's a free bot that is available. You go, whatever you want to say, just type it down. Yeah, in your spoken language, just type it down. Go and rephrase it on Quillbot. It will give you the same content in the way it should be presented in your written English. Yeah. And there are various, so there is a standard, there's a fluency. So you can keep changing the level of English that you want in it. And it will give you that literally, content out. Then I copy this and go and paste it on this thing called Hemingway Institute. Now, Hemingway Institute is, it actually helps you analyze the content. So if it is the readability of the content, how easy is it to read this email? If it is a difficult to read email, like, in our kind of world, there's a lot of jargons that we'll end up using. Like I'll say inflation, present value, future value. Now, these are things that you and I understand, but the customer does not understand. So, if it is difficult to read, it will identify and tell me that these two lines are difficult to read, please make them easy. So I will try and make it easy to read. So that is why you will see that my open rate has actually reached about 30, 40, and some emails even get a 50, 55% open rate. And the reason is only this, that, my emails are easy to read. That it's very easy to consume kind of content. It is not heavy on the brain. So these are different apps and, free solutions that I use to kind of, now I'm also trying to actually automate my WhatsApp so that I'm able to reach out to my customer more easily on WhatsApp and not just email. So that's work in progress right now. But this is what I really do.
Perfect. I see one kind of researcher or expert on the digitally how to connect and make sure that. And I never think about, maybe a lot of people think that, see, normally I send a mail, you go to scam, right? So people don't see it now. But the way you're talking about, it is not the way what we approach the email, right? You need to be so much of studies about the points, contents, and everything is amazing one. And I learned it about that. Definitely, I've learned about more on that, how to be creating and things. So, are you able to see getting a leads into those activities, Pallavi?
Yes. So what happens is all these emails that I send out have my Calendly link on it. Yeah. So I have actually received about 4 to 5 a month, appointments get booked. 4 or 5 appointments a month get booked on through Calendly from random strangers also, because these are emails that are then forwarded. So if you like what I've written, you will probably forward it to somebody as an article, and that somebody may reach out to me. So I have been reached out. I get about 10 to 12 calls every week, 10 to 12 calls every week where I'm getting referrals, where people are calling and telling me that I need to buy this, I need to buy that, or, can you help me with this? So there are people, and many people will reach out to me for stuff that I don't do. Like they want me to evaluate their share portfolio, or they want me to evaluate something else, which I am happy to help. Or, many times they will want some tax advice, which actually is CA's, so then I will put him in touch with my panel of experts. But, and I have a panel of experts for everything. So I have a lawyer on my panel. I have a chartered accountant on my panel. I have equity, analysts on my panel. So if my customer comes to me, or if somebody calls me for something, there is no way in hell that I'm going to say that I cannot help you. there is going to be somebody on my team who will help them.
Perfect.
I may not do everything myself, but I will find someone, I will find the right person and help them.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a one way of financial planning, right? So you need to be supportable, whatever way you need to reaching it, right? So the good one.
Absolutely.
So, definitely, you are taking so much effort, right, Pallavi? Are you able to handle rejections? If so, how you do that?
So rejections is a part of the game, right? There are going to be those 5, 6, 7 people out of 10 who will not buy from you. Not everybody is your customer, one. And now I think, it's more about me getting rejected, me rejecting the customer. So I work only with people that, and I'm not trying to be, I'm boastful about this, but please understand, if I am not the right advisor for you, then, or if you are not the right customer for me, I'm not the right advisor for you, right? Not everybody can get married to everybody. You need to find the right match. And a financial advisor and a client relationship is a lot like a marriage. Yeah, because I need to understand their families. I need to understand how they think. I have to get into their skin, understand how they think. Only then I can give them the right solution. And if I don't understand that, then how am I going to help you? If I don't even understand, if I don't get along with you, how am I going to help you? So many times, I get rejected and I just take it as that this is not the right, I'm not the right advisor for that person. And many times I reject and I refer them to other MDRT agents that are my friends. But look, this is a person who was my customer, but I don't think I'm able to service this person. So this, and it's not out of anything else but the fact that I am not the right fit. I cannot, fit a square in a triangle.
Great, great. So definitely there could be successful stories, right?
Yes.
So any one thing which is more admirable, you're so proud to this professional. So you have any stories like that?
Oh yes. So I'll tell you, I work with paramilitary forces and armed forces a lot in the country. Wow. And I'm sure we all remember the Pulwama attack that had happened. Yeah. So there were 2 Jawans that I had insured from that Pulwama attack. And I feel so proud. And I think a lot of credit goes to my company also. I work with Max Life Insurance and a lot of credit goes to that company also. That this event had happened on the 14th of, 14th. And by 15th, CRPF had sent me an official notification of the Jawans that had died in that attack. Believe it or not, on 16th, I had delivered the claim check.
Wow. Wow.
On 16th, I had delivered the claim check. And by the way, one of these 14th or 15th, I can't remember which, was a Sunday. It was a holiday. It was either a holiday or it was a Sunday, but I know that it was non-working day. And even then, we were able to deliver the claim check within 2 days of this happening. So I think that was a huge, and there have been times when we have been able to deliver claims. Once I remember I'd gone with my family for a vacation to Goa, and my entire Goa vacation I spent in the reception because I was the only place I was getting, phone signals, and I was trying to sort out the claim. But before the body of that Jawan had reached his house, my claim check had been delivered to the person. So I feel very proud, and I take a lot of pride in being able to serve people in this way. So all these 15,000 families are like, my families. And if something happens to them, then I'm responsible, and I have to make sure that that is my moment of truth, and I have to live up to it. And yeah, I mean, it all started with that one hug, the first claim that I got. I delivered it to a lady who had a 4 or 6 month old child. You know, she just had this baby in her hand. She gave her baby to somebody, whoever she could find, and she hugged me, and she hugged me so tight, and she cried and she hugged and she said, "This is the only money that is coming to me. There is nothing else that's coming my way. You know, you have come as an angel in my life, God sent angel." And those words just, you know, I think they just kind of made my life more meaningful.
That's the destiny. That's what we are all here. And there's no words to be replaced with, no money can replace the work what we do. I still believe that I was there in the ICU when it's a COVID time. I was there in ICUs. I see my oxygen levels are less than 80, so 85 or something is going down. But not, I've been so strong and doing it. But my thoughts are going to front of my monitor, how many insurance I'm having, and will that sufficient to my daughter's educations and everything. So being a person like being with the 10 years or 15 years insurance itself, we feel it. Think about the person does not done an insurance, or think about the person who does not even care about their families and things. Definitely could be a eye opener for them to definitely. And after thinking to the oxygen meters, other thing, I found out this is what my insurance took place. Then oxygen levels increased. That's what I always say, that ICU is that internal care unit instead of that the insurance care unit. That's what you need to take it up. I always put the message into that, and there's a lot of stories, right? So what you said, unbelievable one, that, and you should be very proud of that, and I am very proud of that. Today we are discussing about that, and hopeful it reach more and more people for the professional on that.
So while I have done 50, you know, I have been able to work with 15,000 families, or I may have written some 17, 18,000 policies. I have been able to deliver about close to 200 claims.
Oh.
So, you know, when I never forget why I got into this profession. I got into this profession to be able to be that guardian angel who helped my family member understand the importance of insurance and buy the right amount of insurance for his family, so his family did not suffer at his loss. Which is the very incident that had motivated me to get into this profession. I have never lost sight of that. And I am more proud of this achievement that, you know, never has my claim been repudiated. There is only one claim that got repudiated, and that was because, unfortunately, by the time the policy got applied, the life insured had died. You know, we were intimated later, the life insured had died. So that was the only one claim that has ever been repudiated. None of my claims have ever been repudiated. All my claims have been paid.
Perfect.
So I feel very, very, you know, proud. I think that is really my achievement.
Let's talk about your service and other thing. So, do you use any kind of strategy on your gaining the client's attentions?
Yes. So my strategy is to always be present for the customer. So one, I have tried to service them better. Like, so what I've done is that I have my own call center. Yeah. So now my customers do not call up the company call center.
Wow.
They will call up my call center, and they only have to give out their name. Now, since I have 17,000 policies that are issued, there is a chance that, you know, there may be a common name. So what I will do is that then the next thing they need to give out is probably their PAN card number, which is very readily available with people, or their employee ID, which is again very readily available with people. So my customers are not policy numbers for us. Yeah. And I have kept record of how many times this customer has reached out to me, and for what are the reasons this customer reaches out to me. So if the customer every March reaches out to me for his insurance receipt, then when he reaches out to me this time, he will get to know that, oh sir, it has already been sent to you. What else can we do for you? Yeah. So, and they are very happy with this fact because, they don't have to look for their policy number first. And two, they don't have to reiterate themselves. Look, I bought this policy. This was the purpose. Now this happened. Now that they don't have to reiterate their case. My people are giving them personal attention, and and they're talking to the same person every time. So, which is, there are only these, it will be the same girls they will be talking to every time. So that ways we are able to kind of service them better. And I think that is a huge differentiator for us where, my customers like to work with us.
Perfect. So the several years you've been with the MDRT, right? So MDRT, COTs, and oddly trying to be at TOTs and other things. So I have two questions over there. One, why as the insurance advisors has to be an MDRT, COT, TOT member? So what do you change difference in you when you qualify, right? The second one, the point is that how it help you in your profession?
So the first question you said that why should a person be an MDRT member? It's because it kind of, so the reason I never lost sight of why I was in this is because it got reminded to me every time I went to MDRT. One, it kind of is one annual learning platform that I get, and they are my own kinds. I get to learn what is happening globally. So when I come back, I am better aware. And when I tell my customers that, this is what is happening globally, this is the only event where I can actually speak to a Chinese person and check what is happening in China. I can speak to somebody from, from Germany and check with them what is happening there. Is it the same? Do people behave the same way? Or is it the same problem that this is an objection I'm getting here? Are you getting the same thing or not? One. Two, the kind of focus sessions that you have over there, you learn so much. So my aim has always been that I go there and I learn two things and I come and implement them. Yeah. So over the past 13, 14 years, I've been able to implement about 26 to 28 such life-changing, habits into my system I've been able to introduce. Plus, I never lost sight of why I am in this business. Yeah. So I think that really helped me. One. And if you remember when when I started my career, I think I spoke about this earlier also. When I started my career, I was told that, I cannot prospect friends or family. And I started with work sites. Yeah. So for me, it was a litmus test or a, litmus test kind of approval that there was an MDRT member who was doing work sites and had qualified for TOT. So that is what gave me that confidence that, Pallavi, you are not the first one who's going to do this. And this has been done. It is proven, it is tested, it is possible. So no matter how much people around me kept telling me insurance does not sell like this, I believed insurance sells like that. Insurance will sell like that, and I will be able to educate more people. I will be able to reach out to more people. Yeah. So that is really how MDRT helped me. And then to go back every year and learn. So I have this promise with myself that I want to give my clients the best. And the only way I can give them the best is that if I become the best. And the only way I can become the best is if I continue to learn and educate myself. So every year I do a course. And over and above that course, every year I make sure I show up for that conference. Because there are going to be those global, trends, those global events, I will get to know what is happening globally. what is happening in the insurance industry, what is happening everywhere else, and how are people dealing with it. You get to learn so much over there. In fact, in one of these sessions only I had met, there was a focus session by a networking coach. There was a focus session by a networking coach called Paritosh Pathak. And I had learned so much in that session. So that's when I realized, networking is also a thing, and you need to focus and do it. So, there are so many, even marketing focus sessions that have happened. So you get to learn a lot. It's like, and in fact, every time, I'm confused, I'm not sure. It's like my Bible, the MDRT website. It's like every time I'm confused or client has asked me something, I'm not sure what solution I want to give my customer. I go to the website, I research over there, and somebody somewhere has spoken about it. All my problems get a solution at the MDRT website. Or you speak to some MDRT member, you'll get a solution. Because this is such an old profession, someone somewhere has spoken about it. So I feel that that is one reason everybody should go for MDRT, and that is how it has kept me going.
Perfect. So what kind of learnings you can doing it, or you can able to share with the members? They also have to be so professional into that profession.
So I feel if you have your customer's best interest at heart, and you kind of just try and learn, one thing. So if you have the best interest at heart, you will try and think like that. You will empathize with them and want to deliver the best. Now, when you go to a forum like MDRT, or you go and do any course, it helps you to create that differentiator for your client, right? It helps you understand better how. So if in India a client is feeling a certain way, and I can talk to somebody from outside of India and say that, what, sir, you are feeling this way. Let me tell you, people in the US also feel like that. People in Hungary also feel like that. People in Canada also feel like that. Then I'm able to kind of tell him that I have a global understanding of things. So what I'm trying to tell you, I'm not just trying to say it. It's a proven fact. So I think that's how it really helps and I feel that the only way you can deliver the best to your customer is if you continue to learn more and more and more. So I do courses every year, and that's my way of giving the best.
Perfect. Wonderful. Do you recommend any books to members? Any books that admire you, they can able to read out of books?
So, I'll be very honest and candid. I'm not a very book person, although I have picked up quite a few books from the MDRT, this thing, but I'm not a very book person. So what I do is that I go and watch videos on the website.
Resource Zone, right? MDRT Resource Zone.
Yeah. Yes, MDRT Resource Zone. That's where I go and get most of my learning from. I go and watch videos. And then there is Google. So for example, if I'm forgetting how to calculate IRR, go to Google, it will help you. If I'm forgetting how what to talk about whole life policy, go to MDRT Resource Zone. Or how you must structure a legacy, or how you must structure a what, go to the Resource Zone, you will find something or the other. Awesome. So I learn more of videos. Otherwise, books I have not so much on financial planning per se, but on life. Like I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I read I read these kind of books. I've written. But I haven't kind of focused a lot on insurance, just insurance books. I'm not too much of a reader. I prefer to watch.
Great. You shared one point, right? Keep visiting back to the MDRT website, and you said I see a lot of advisors, they don't know about the MDRT website itself. So why it is so important, Pallavi, that definitely they needed to be a visit, right? So be in a profile, skill up the knowledge, right? How you think about that? At least how many times you watch it in a day or a week?
So, someone had told me this, and in fact, I had read about this in one of the courses I did, that you become an average of the top 10 people you spend your time with. Yeah. So if I continue to spend my time with the MDRT website and I kind of go and try and do 2 or 3 videos, that is the time I'm spending with that person. If I'm watching a video of that person, I'm spending that time with that person, right? So I try and give myself rich quality content which is guaranteed on your resource zone, right? So if you experience that, if you join a study group, start moving around in that company, you will become an average of that company. So it is very important. The company you keep is very, very important. So I have, divided my week into calendar, and my days, have been scheduled in a way that this time I have to spend here. Anytime apart from this, what is left for work. This time has to be spent here. That is how I have segregated. So it is very important that I do this. I don't do it just for my work, but also for my success. If I am in the company of successful people, I will become an average of those successful people.
True. Agree with you. So wonderful. Before listening to, I'm keep getting a lot of questions that. So before ending the program, I normally ask this: what was your vision for this year? Pallavi, you want to anything? And what was your advice, or what was your recommendations, or what was your learning topics we can able to share with the new members who want to become MDRTs, or they're already membered with first year or second years, or aspirants? What was your vision first, and other one is that your
learning
advice?
Okay. So one vision that I have for this year is that I want to outperform my numbers that I have ever done. The best number is TOT that I did. I want to outperform it. If possible, double it. That is my vision. So I have been, I've been playing the 2 crore, 5 crore premium game for a very long time, and I want to double it. So I want to take it to maybe 10 crore, 15 crore, 20 crore, 100 crore. I don't want to give it a number because then I don't want to stop there. So that is my vision. For this year, I want to outperform baby steps. So this year, I just want to outperform my all past performances. That's my vision for this year. And next year, we will decide what we want to do, how we outperform that. So that is my vision for this year. Secondly, you said, I'm sorry, I forgot the second part of the question.
Your advice to the new members.
Oh, yes. So my advice to the new members is that, you must go to, so I'll tell you, you must go to the resource zone or try and join a study group. Now, here's something that I learned from an MDRT member only. So last year I applied, so I never could crack big ticket size cases. Yeah, I could always do small ticket size. I could never do large premiums. But now I have so many calls open of large premiums. I mean, premium sizes, which in one premium only I will complete my MDRT. Yeah. One premium will help me do COT. Now, those kind of calls I was able to open because of the idea of an MDRT member, where we were trying to actually figure out a retirement plan. Yeah. Now, we all understand that the interest rate scenario in India is favorable at the moment, globally favorable because it's a developing economy, right? So if I go to somebody who is living in the US, in NRI, and I go and tell that customer that, look, you are expecting a 6% return from your equity. What if I guarantee you that for the next 30 years? Now here I'm selling a guaranteed plan. It could be an annuity plan, and any of those, and I've studied across companies. 5.5, 5, 6% IRR is very easily available in long-term guarantees at the moment. India is offering that. Yeah. So now this is something that I learned from an MDRT thing. And as a result, I have so many of these large ticket size calls open. Yeah. So if you keep going back to the MDRT study group or your own circle, just try and learn from each other. Like this cancer policy that I was talking, that I spoke about, or I do is one of my friends. He's an insurance advisor with my company, Mr. Rajan Bedi. He only used to talk about cancer policies. Yeah. And then I asked him, Acha, you keep pitching cancer so much. Explain this policy to me. Why do you say this is good? And then when I understood from him, there was nothing stopping me. Then I wanted to give a cancer policy to all my customers. And now almost, so it was suddenly a cross-selling opportunity for me that opened up. So, so my advice to you is that interact and try and keep an eye on the kind of people you're spending your time with. So, and because you will become an average of those people.
Wonderful, Pallavi. Keep learning a lot of things from you. And one point that you adapting your systems, and in this pandemic also, you never give up on what things could not able or in person. Still, you're going with the digitally, and you're making others to also understand why digital was so important and why client service was so important, and the way you're approaching it. And the one thing I understand from you is that whenever you need it, learn from others. Just ask him what needed from you. Need you get the learning? Another thing, I think that's one of the good qualities I see in you and your performance as well as so long. And it's a remarkable performance you've been doing with 15,000 families. I mean, and why the reason also you've been told about that. And hope, wishing you reach as soon as possible 25,000, 50,000 policies, and you'll be one of the leading insurance advisor in India. Keep encouraging us, like us, you just sending us informations and what kind of technology you adapting it, and the mission what you keep it for to do break the numbers could not have TOT cannot the benchmark. The benchmark could be you keep it. What is your benchmark? That is what I identify on that. Thanks for endless talking to you, and this is something is eye opener for me as well as the members who are watching this. Actually, definitely will connect again, learning about more things. Pallavi, thanks for a wonderful opportunity to discuss with you. Hi friends, today we have met Pallavi, one of our pillars, and she was been talking about a lot of ideas and sharings. We will meet yet another one more pandemic heroes in our next program. Thank you so much, Pallavi.
Thank you so much, Shakti. It was lovely speaking with you. And, all I'd like to say is all the best to all of you and whoever is watching this video. And I wish you all the success. And once again, like you said, I don't shy. You are right. I don't shy away from saying I don't know. If I don't know, I don't know. And my clients also know it. So you asked me the name of books I did not know. I told you I don't know. I don't read. I watch. So, it's always best, because if you don't know, you say you don't know, then someone will come and tell you, and then you will know.
Perfect.
So thank you so much, Shakti. It was lovely speaking with you, and all the best to everybody who's watching this video.
Thank you, Pallavi. We'll connect you back with a different prospective videos and other thing. All the best for your career.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.